It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we are going to be planting our potatoes. You know what? A lot of people have had their potatoes in for a long time now, probably 3 to 4 weeks. And there's a couple reasons why I don't plant my potatoes early. One of the reasons is I am not organized to get my garden done in time to plant them earlier than this. Number two is it just seems to work out good if I plant my potatoes later than everyone else. The reason being is, I don't know, I'm not looked into this or anything, but I really do think this is probably why it happens. If I plant my potatoes later than everyone else, and then the potatoes come up later than everyone else, and any of the flying potato bugs looking for potato patches, find a potato patch and they stay there all year long. So I find if I plant them late, I don't have any potato bugs. So that's kind of what my plan is. This year, I'm going to plant them late like I normally do, and we're going to see if the potato bugs are really minimal. I'm assuming they are, because every year if I plant them late, I don't have any problems. You know, I do lose 3 to 4 weeks of growth on the potatoes, but if you're fighting with the potato bugs, my guess is that you just don't get as much of a yield when the potato bugs are hitting the leaves hard. So if I have a shorter season, but there's healthier plants, I think it works out a lot better. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna be planting our potatoes. So my friends at OSC Seeds sent me some Yukon Gold mid-season yellow flesh potatoes, so we're gonna be planting them. And my friends, they have some heirloom kind of red potatoes that we're gonna plant some of them too. So I wanted to say thank you to OSC for sending me out the Yukon Gold potatoes, because they're my wife's favorite potatoes, so that's kind of what I wanted to do. And the other potatoes just kind of, we were going to eat them, and the next thing you know, they look like that, and I decided we're just going to plant them. When you plant your potatoes later, most of your potatoes are going to look like that, because they are ready to grow. The temperature's becoming right, and you really need to get them in the ground. Don't throw them out. When they look like that, don't throw them out, because man, when you throw them in the dirt, they are just about ready to start making potatoes. So we are going to start, we're going to start planting the potatoes, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So let's go. I measure the rows to about 4 feet. I measure it off with my feet. I don't use a tape measure or anything. And then I just dig a trench down the center, especially when you have the long shoots. You kind of need to do the trench just to make sure that you can just lay the shoots lengthwise. It just makes it easier. So that's what it looks like. I don't even have to go too deep, because I'm going to hill them anyways, so I'll end up hoeing it in, and then I'll run the tiller, get some more fresh dirt, and then hoe it in. Look at all these rocks. I really need to pick them up. Maybe I'll run the wheelbarrow down the row and pick them up. This place really grows rocks really good, I tell you. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't know, I've always planted them about 1 foot apart. That one there I could split, but we're just gonna go find a potato that's good to split. There's a bunch of eyes on this side and a bunch of sprouts on here, and that's what you do. You just kind of cut it up the center. I would try not to cut them into 3. I like leaving them as a whole potato. And if I do cut it, I normally cut it into 2. Okay, so that is about the distance. It's a 1.5 foot maybe apart. Give them a chance. I mean, some are a little closer. That's about 1 foot and a bit. That is about 1 foot. Some of these I could have probably spread out a little more. But there you go. We got 1 row of Yukon Gold potatoes. So now we are going to plant my friend's rosette red potatoes. This is a bit of a mess. It's kind of hard to get them out, but okay, so now you just got to be very careful. You don't want to break the sprouts off, and just lay it gently in the trench. And just keep going. When you have potatoes that have gone to sprout like that, they're kind of a pain. You got to be careful you don't break them off from the potato, but they have a lot of root to start sprouting, which is what you want. You want lots of root to grow lots of potatoes. I don't know if that's a scientific thing, but that's anytime I've had potatoes that have really sprouted, I have a great year. Okay, so I got 4 rows, 63 feet long. I think that's going to be enough potatoes for our family and some extra for sure. So I'm going to start covering them up. I find this end of the garden is so hard to get loose. No matter what I do, it seems to be just hard ground. So we are just going to cover them up, and I'm going to keep rototilling up the center, getting more fresh dirt, and just until we got nice mounds on the potatoes. Okay, so the mosquitoes are absolutely horrible. What I'm going to do is we're just going to start covering them up. I am going to have to run the rototiller up, get a little more fresh, loose dirt, and probably do it a couple times because I don't know what it is. This end of the garden is super hard, and it doesn't matter. Seemingly what I do, I can plow it, I can whatever, and it just seems harder than the rest of the garden. And in turn, this side doesn't do as good. So let's start covering them up. Try to cover up the row. Here is an old Boland's 5 tiller, 5 horsepower. I got this given to me a while back, and my goal was to use it as a row tiller, like take the 2 outside tines out, and it could fit through a pretty narrow row. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try just here and see how well it works up the ground. Hey, so the old tiller is doing good. The tines are getting a little wore, but it really does do a good job. For a front tine tiller, I like it. It makes it so much easier. So now I'm gonna have to run the hoe down each side again, and then we are good to go. So there you go, the potatoes are in, they're hilled, and I even ran the rototiller up the row one more time, so when I have to hill them again, they're gonna be absolutely great. I am going to do some update videos along the way, and I wanted to say thank you to OSC Seeds for sending the Yukon Gold potatoes. You know what? My dad grew them, and my wife's really fond of Yukon Gold potatoes, so I wanted to start growing more of them, and OSC Seeds were very kind to send them out to me, so I wanted to say thank you to them, and I'll put their website in the description. I'm going to do some update videos along the way, and we're going to see how many potato bugs are on my potatoes if you plant your potatoes later. I don't know if it's going to be a real scientific study, because I don't know, like maybe there isn't many potato bugs around, but I really have found if you plant them later, you really don't have as much potato bugs. So I'll give you some updates, but that's enough for today. You guys have a good one.